Good morning. I'm Jill Robinson, a member of M.O.M.S, Mothers and Murders and Sons and Daughters United, Inc. And I am here with some of the moms and Pam. And we are at one of our art sessions, which brings us peace. And when I say that, because as moms, we have a lot of stress, we have a lot of pain, which is ongoing. And so this is our time to be with each other and to help each other through the day in whichever way we can. And so, excuse me, Pam sets up these art projects for us to do. And it does. It brings peace. It hurts sometimes because of the memories, which are going to always be there. But we take those memories, which are hurtful memories, and we try to turn them into positive things. And so when we're together, we cry together. We do. We have tears. We're eating now. You see the food. And food is comforting. Okay, I'm not going to tell you a lot about that. Food is very comforting. But I always say, you cry, you laugh, and you still have to get up and put one foot in front of the other, which can be the hardest thing in the world to do. But when you have people who can truly say, I feel your pain, because it's deep. Murder is so deep. And we can relate to each other. And what we say to each other is that I'm here for you. And that could be just holding the phone. Just holding the phone. Because one of us may want to cry. Somebody may just need to talk. But to know that we could call each other and know that somebody is going to be on that other end to help us through this journey. This is not an easy journey to go through. But we are here. This is where we are because someone took our Sunday. And if you look around, it's nothing but love in this room amongst us all. Love, and at the moment, I can honestly say I'm at peace. Don't know how I'm going to be later, but I have such a feeling of peace over me.
Mama screamed, not my child. The shock of hearing he was found dead in the trash, really on top of the pile. 1 hole, 2 holes, 3 holes, hell, it was holes everywhere. It was even one replacing some of his hair. Cops came, yellow tape surrounded the drama. Cops bypassed the medics, no need for shock trauma. Well-dressed detectives counted the shells. Officers canvassed the crowd. No snitching was enforced, meaning no one was going to tell. Later that morning, Grandma and Mama got that news. No father was around, so no sleep he was guaranteed to lose. What a sad affair. No graduation, no prom. Unfortunately, no little ones behind to cries to hear. Damn, he had to go so young. He didn't even have time to experience nothing. His life had just begun.
It's just the culture that they live in. The bullet didn't kill them. The bullet didn't go into their gun. Poverty went into their gun. Homelessness, bad parents, bad schools, bad community, bad church. Everything went into those guns. Everything that they're not getting goes into them guns, and that's what they shoot. You know what I'm saying? And it's a bigger problem. It's a systemic problem that has to be dealt with. Because most of these kids don't know what they're doing. It's just like a style. They don't have a clue the aftermath of what's happening, what they're doing to people and family. They're destroying the whole nation at the rate that they're going. They don't have a clue about it. They think that it's acceptable, that it's okay they do that. And on the other side, where's the justice? None of us get any justice for our children's murder. Because there's so many of them that they don't have time to keep up with them, or it's like we got to get these young men off the street and get them some help, and the communities have to start healing, and that's through themselves.
Is there any men's group of the sort
Like fathers.
Men can come here.
No, I mean like separate from mothers and fathers. I mean separate, like any father. I never heard of
Because
it.
they grieve too.
Right.
In their own way. Yeah, they do too.
I haven't heard of a spin-off.
Me neither.
I can start one because I feel like I've been the mother and the father. I tell you. His mom is a spin-off of the moms who go to the father, to the men of murdered sons and daughters.
You're very knowledgeable.
We have a lot of moms, single moms. Well, I was married to my children's father, but what I'm saying is, he's grieving in his own way, and they giving me my space to do it my way. But I do know that it needs to be a group where fathers can go and talk to other fathers and express how they feel. And it's a shame because a lot of our black men brought up, men don't cry.
Yeah.
They were. They think you showing some weakness if you cry. And I think when the fathers are amongst other men, maybe they do communicate, but as far as an actual group, I haven't heard of one. And I think they need it. I really do. I think that everybody needs to have somebody
Yeah, outlet.
to talk to.
The kids too.
Yeah.
That's definitely kids.
Yeah.
Teenagers.
But they have
Yeah.
camps and
Well,
all
in my
kinds
house,
of children. Like Christmas morning, when everybody get up and eat breakfast together. We have a certain my youngest son, he usually start off and say, only if Rod was here, and then they gets the thing going. But he don't, like you like, Kendra, something about Rod, he's like, oh, Rod, alright, it's me. I gotta get something, do this, do that, which is true. So, but my 25-year-old son, when it first happened, oh my goodness, I thought I was going to jump off the fence.
Wow.
He don't care. This was his attitude. I don't care. They took my brother, blah, blah, blah.
My youngest is
Ain't
like
nobody going to do anything to me because
That's my
I
youngest,
this, that,
that's
and
where
the
he's
other. And he was just going with it. But he eventually calmed down.
He was murdered. My oldest son was murdered.
And it was recent.
Yeah, September the 9th.
Really? Wow.
Going back to what she was saying, I don't have all the answers for anybody else. I just know that I had a strong faith and relationship with God prior to him being murdered.
Right.
So that helped me a lot. It's still helping me. Do I have moments? Do I still break down? Of course I do.
Right.
I'm gonna be human. You know what I mean? But God just, he relieves me. He was giving me, it's almost like he was preparing me in some way prior to it. He really was.
Exactly. And it does work like that because my baby is 6 years old, and when I was pregnant with him, I got into church because I'm a hothead. I go crazy. I do all of that. So something was telling me to calm down, get into church. So I got into church real heavy. My grandmother died. If I wasn't in the church, that would have wiped me completely down.
Absolutely.
And God took my grandmother 3 years before he took my baby, because he knew if my grandmother would have been here with me, that would have killed my grandmother's soul to see me suffering like this.
And you will definitely, I just believe that all of us in some way, you might not see it or feel it now, we're going to take that, go to another level where we're going to really be so strong and so useful for somebody else. It's bigger than using our children, but right now you might not feel that way. Some other mother really, you're going to reach out and just help soothe her in some way. But God is my strength. That's my strength. That's all I can speak on.
I think he gives all of us strength to
And
get up. So that I mean, my faith, and just because I'm where I'm at now, I've always, church didn't make me where I'm at. I have a personal relationship with God. We just on some terms right now, and He's okay with
And
that.
that's your
He knew
story.
it was coming.
That's your story.
But just because I'm not any less of a believer, or my faith isn't any less, because that's not where I'm at. But do I know where my strength comes from? Yes. That's as far as we going with that, dude. I don't get through this day on my own, and I know that. But as far as how I feel about the death of my son, I'm not getting as much strength as and I'm mad.
Because
we
I'm
don't
mad
feel
because
differently.
I want the pain to go away, and I'm being selfish.
Because I haven't even been to church since I have been like maybe 2 or 3 times, but I'm not getting that feeling I need to feel. So I definitely don't go like I used to go.
And for me to even just get up every day and do what I do, that helps me. It has nothing to do with anybody else. That's just my personal experience. You know how whatever you do to keep you going and keep you focused in life, that's what you gear towards. And for me, that's God. That's just my story. You know what I mean?
People dying faster than bills going through a money machine. That late night, early morning call ended with a loud scream. Automatically, my heart dropped because I know what that means. Christmas and New Year's without her son, your man. Both of y'all wondering, this was not a part of my plan. This is a major without. And then to think about it, a suspect they are not even trying to find out. They said things must hurt before they get better. The look on our face obviously explains never. They obviously don't know the feelings. There is no band-aid, stitches, or quick process for this healing. If you never had it done to you, you will never understand the deal. Stop saying you understand how I feel.
All of them is different. And who did you lose? I lost my 19-year-old son. I'm the only mom in the group that lost a son to prison at the age of 19.
Perhaps they are not stars, but rather openings in heaven where the love of our lost ones pours through and shines down upon us to let us know they're happy. My grieving friend, sometimes all the suggestions just don't work. Sometimes all we can do is breathe. 1 day at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 minute at a time, 1 second at a time. But there is hope. It will come. When, you may ask, it comes 1 second at a time, 1 minute at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 day at a time.
Her kid on them streets, she know what he doing. She can't claim she don't have no idea. Some would even say, she don't even care. But deep down, her biggest fear is hearing her son will no longer be here. He won't get the chance to see his seeds start or finish his career. No insurance, so GoFundMe will pay for his funeral. R.I.P. gone but not forgotten will be some of the words on his mural. Oh, he was a good boy, didn't bother nobody. Remember the streets talk, and they said his gun had a couple of bodies. For the life of me, I can't figure out why Baltimore's not on the first 48. Out of all them cities, we double and triple their murder rate. Over 300 again, and I can't even begin to lie and say what it would end. Murdering is not a rites of passage. If this relates to you, please don't laugh, because this is a serious message. Murder is not a responsibility. 17, 18, 25, 30 is not our life expectancy.
So, Marilyn Mosley, she really is very helpful in helping moms or getting the cases looked at. Is she really useful in doing that, or has she been with y'all cases?
No, she won't be on. She won't be on cases. My case is out of Maryland jurisdiction anyway. I'm the only mom. Their son wasn't shot and killed. I'm the only mom in the group that case was not held here in the state in Baltimore City. He passed that shock trauma, but his case was in come out of Cumberland, Maryland. So no, she don't help them with their cases.
So there's a lot of difficulty. Sheila and I were talking about how within the city, people are afraid to come forward. People aren't talking.
But seriously, you can't blame them.
I mean, for real.
Yeah, what?
You can't blame them.
Yes, right.
Seriously,
It's so
you just can't.
dangerous.
Because me,
Right.
myself personally, I know for a fact, because I done seen papers land in the gutter where I don't know if the police or whoever will get them people paper,
Right.
leave them on the street for somebody to find them, and then there's a whole bunch of stuff. Because in those papers it tells you who's going to testify and all that mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did that years ago. And
Yeah, they
showed
should
that.
do it.
There's people that worked in the court system.
Yes, they
and
do.
They put too much stuff in the media, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They do.
yeah,
You also gotta remember your lawyer gonna tell who is against you too.
absolutely.
And then when you go to court, you have to give out your address. You don't know who's out there. And I think the court system should have like a separate piece for this.
Well, I came against across a guy, and he was suggesting something called a black box. Okay. A black box can be put on the south side of the church. We can have a black box outside of our organization. It's to where you can drop things in these boxes. No cameras on these boxes, just a black box. Where they can get to these black boxes and drop notes in them.
So it would be confidential, because if neighbors see people going,
to the box.
the cops going and knocking on someone's door, they could be targeted.
Yeah, they have.
So
They
they
have.
had even something, like you said, that would be confidential, a community place, a church.
Yeah.
Where people would look like maybe they would just be going in to use the
Yeah.
bathroom or
Yeah.
Right.
go in for something, and then they could confidentially drop information in the box. But yeah, the system has to change so that when they're testifying, they don't have to
Appear.
appear, right? Yeah, and I think that, wasn't that one of the things that the Marilyn Mosby, they were talking about doing when they came to M.O.M.S, Phyllis? What were they saying that they were going to do? They were
I
going
don't
to
know.
change the law,
I know they
something
need
with...
to change the law to something else. I forgot what it was.
yeah.
But to do it's hard.
Yeah.
And then it's like them saying put their guns down. Them people not going to put their guns down and knowing that at any minute somebody could rob them, attack them, or anything.
Well, I think that it's, I understand. This didn't just happen overnight where people were afraid to what they call snitch on somebody or crime or somebody or whatever like that. I don't know how anybody else feels, but I feel like they have more power than we do. And we're the victims.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And I don't think that
Right.
anything is going to change in Baltimore City or any other city as long as we be like, well, you know, if we tell, or if we do this, or if we do that, you know, it's gonna be retaliation. Either way, you're getting retaliation. Either you getting it from the folks that are, you know, that are against breaking the laws, or it's us, our sons, other people's other mothers and sons are gonna be taken up out of, take their lives taken from them. Either way, it's somebody's being affected on both sides. And where do you change? You know, where do you change? You keep on. I think that's why it's gotten out of order. That's what I'm trying to say. That's why it's gotten out of order, because we somehow have allowed our fear of what somebody else is going to come back and do to us. You know, throughout history, somebody had to lay it down and just say, you know what? By all means necessary, we got to do to change things, to make a change. Otherwise, it's going to get worse. Sure. It's going to get worse. It's like the little boy in school.
Oh, that was terrible.
You know what I'm
was
saying?
Terrible. That was terrible.
And I understand the severity. Trust me, I understand the severity of somebody, you know, telling, well, worrying about retaliation. If I go and testify on your behalf, then they might come and take out my family and whatever. You know, I understand all of that. But it's got to be some kind of.
Something gotta be done.
Yes, you can't. We just can't act like we know. We can't know that exists and do nothing about it. Nothing. You know, it's got to change, and that's the only way in history. Somebody had to make a stand to change things. We just didn't sit back and just talk about it. Well, you know this is going to happen. You know that's going to happen. Well, what's going to happen if we do something different? I don't think we've done something that we haven't done. It's something we still haven't done.
Teenage guys in the street than I ever seen in my life. And somewhere, to me, somebody changed was broken. Or somewhere somebody lost the foundation. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Then you get to the point, you know, we all mothers like, oh, goddamn it, I ain't doing this. He this age, he that age, I ain't gonna keep doing that. You been there, did that. I've been there with my sons with that stuff.
Yeah.
But not to the hardcore of where you see your son outside every day, knowing that something is bound to happen. You know what I'm saying? And you just sitting there waiting for a knock, really, to hit your door.
Absolutely. I mean, I've had that fear when my sons were young. In the 80s, that's when it started being prevalent that something like that could happen. You know, our sons were endangered species. Then in the 80s, it started doing that. But going back to what you were saying, Phyllis, it's like they don't have, a lot of them don't have a positive blueprint that they can refer back to and say, this is what I'm supposed to emulate. This is what a man is supposed to look like, act like, you know, or show up in the world. Like, you know, so what they do is revert to
what they
their
see,
peers,
their surroundings.
Yes, their peers or whatever in their immediate environment.
Because they're a product of it.
Absolutely, and I get that. So I think we got to get to the root. It's not the surface that we need to be so much concerned about. It's the root.
The inner core
Till you change
family.
the root.
Yeah, it got to be the start of the family.
Yeah, and a lot of it, not to dog out men, but mothers. I think for the most part, most mothers have been doing their job in some. It's a lot of men that really need to step up and show out.
But a lot of them they stepping out on the corners and recruiting those little kids that they see they can easily influence.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're getting them young.
Yes.
So that would say to me, perhaps we missing the point. Maybe the positive side needs to get them when they're young too. They should have somebody. They should have a choice showing up.
Start in school, because that's when you have the most time away from, where you can easily influence them. Because as long as you keep letting them go back home with the same thing they seeing, they're not gonna have no guidance.
Absolutely, because you can have the great teachers that that teach the kids or give them a positive influence, or they might go to counseling during school hours or after school programs. But if they go back home and that home is drama and just dysfunctional as all get out, then them kids, they don't have a chance in hell. it's just like a merry-go-round. Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna be up when I go to school, but when I go home, oh my gosh, I
Oh,
don't know how
walking
nobody
through
else
the
feels.
block.
Yeah, it's like I was telling them, it's like post-traumatic stress.
It is.
For all of
It
these
is.
kids
It
growing
is.
up every day. They have encountered some things that most of us never did as kids. You understand that? Before they reached the age of 12, some of them they encountered what third world countries in war
Yes.
see every day.
Yes.
So no
Yes.
wonder why these kids are all over the place.
And you gotta imagine their parents done seen it. They learn how to deal with it, and then they pass it on to the child who's learning how to deal with it now.
And what about the parents that aren't dealing with it?
They just close it off.
They numb themselves.
Right,
The parents that numb
exactly.
themselves, and they teaching a generation, this is what you do, this is how you handle that.
Yeah.
Numb it.
And
Yeah.
what we have to realize now,
Work
with the generation that we are now experiencing, these babies are introduced to stress before they're even born.
Oh yeah.
Say
You
that.
have babies having babies.
Mhm.
You got these young moms and these young men. They're making babies. He's not working. He's got so many things against him. Okay? You got young teenagers making babies and they don't even have a job. Okay? You got the young mothers that's carrying these babies. She's stressed because she's catching hell for being so young and getting impregnated. Then she's at the drama with the baby's daddy. They talk about baby's mama drama. Okay, you got the daddy
Yeah.
out here who you carrying his child. But he's up on the corner selling drugs and you're worried about, is he gonna make it? Is he not gonna make it? Then you got your family and friends. Girl, why did you even hook up with such and such? But such and such is out there because he is trying to make it the best way he knows how. He didn't see generations of the males in his family doing the streets. So he's doing what he saw work for his family.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, the young lady that he impregnated with his seed is already introducing this unborn child to stress.
Yeah.
So much stress from the minute they are planted here. And so if the cycle doesn't get broken somewhere, it's just going to continue. And think about our children. Lead poisoning. Don't.
So the odds been stacked up against them forever.
Yeah.
From the beginning, and it's just a cycle.
It's still a problem with, because when I was in Ohio, I read an article about the lead here in Baltimore.
Water.
And I didn't realize it was as bad as it was. That was.
It's in the water. It's in the water.
And the housing. The housing especially too, because
Because of the
a lot of
pipes.
people couldn't, because they're old pipes. Because a lot of parents couldn't afford to live anywhere else
Exactly.
other than where they live.
Exactly.
And I'm just sad that the landlords weren't held accountable.
Well, what they did was they never tore the houses down or revamped them inside. They just painted over.
So the
So
lead
the
is still
lead was
seeping
already
through.
there. And a
Yes,
lot
it
of these
is.
houses been built like in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, and they never got revamped or gutted out. So you still got the same situation going on.
So when you had our kids show up in school and acting out, they're being labeled as bad
Exactly.
kids, right? Then actually they're not being told what's really going on. This is what Johnny's been exposed to since birth or whatever. So
They're not going.
telling-
They're not going to do that because then it's a process of we have to straighten this whole situation out, and with every sector, like east, west, and south, and all that. And you can't even hardly get in touch with the landlords nowadays. So if you can't do that, then how do you even start to change the process or challenge the process? Because most people is living in houses that they depend on that, and they can't move nowhere else.
But I heard that they paid off a lot of
Yeah, they did.
families. So then if they paid them off, then they're aware of the problem.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Wow.
And a lot of landlords putting in the lease now that they know the house was laid. Don't let the child stay in there for more than 10 hours. Yes.
That's
City
unfair.
Homes does that in
Are
their
you
lease.
serious?
I'm serious. I got a City Homes house. read the lease and they tell you don't have your child in there no more than 10 hours under 12 years old. That's serious. That is serious. In the lease. So they know the problem.
One more year, no more violence. Let me repeat, my beef come with two sides and a receipt. I have a positive agenda. No more time for practicing to be a repeat offender. My BG&E is my heat. I avoid altercations with my brain and my feet. No running, just a simple step, and I still have an untouched rep. Fun should be in your life more. Treat your entertainment like Uno and draw 4. That is 4 times more fun instead of being miserable with none. My ignorance tank is on empty, so don't spend time trying to play foolish and tempt me. I don't have time to be held back. My watch not only tells time, it tells me you don't have no time for that. I'm about accomplishing and banking a lot of bread. Not trying to be successful only after I'm dead. I want to smell my flowers while I'm alive. Make dying hard, not trying to survive. I am not fighting over a corner, that name is not mine. If you do, your brain must be on pause, and that's not a good sign. But who am I? Someone who don't need Murray to tell you that wasn't a lie. I am the man in any hood. I am good. It is the best way to be, respected and understood. I got nothing but sense and a lot of heart. Every minute I live, I react smart. It don't have to be the lead, but in my movie, this is my part.